everyone, Violet here and welcome to my channel. I've been on a little bit of a content creation break, the longest one I've ever took, and I took it to really re-envision the future. I feel like I have it, I have the vision, I'm so excited. So by the time you see this video posted, that means we are back at it and we're gonna be back on a streaming rhythm and I'm just so happy. Big changes have been happening in my life in like every single area you can imagine. Well, when I said that, I was like, actually, there are so many areas of life that aren't changing. But a lot of internal stuff and a lot of stuff to do with my direction and things like that. So, naturally, it was time for a rebirth in a planning method. Now, if you're familiar with my channel, you might already know that I have been devoted to Passion Planner. In fact, I have a video about 10 years on Passion Planner and all of that, but I've always had this kind of like, like, it would be nice if about bullet journaling. Especially as someone with an art background, and it feels just so creative. I made my own planner when I was in college. This was before Passion Planner, and I wish that I still had a copy of it. I don't, but it was so intricate and it was so specific to me and what I was doing. And so the thought of being able to create something like that again for myself is wonderful. I also, I was scrapbooking in my Passion Planners, and they would get so thick and just like filled with stuff. And I didn't really take it on the go. Whereas I did with the dailies. The dailies were really good for that. But in terms of like having everything all together in like a compact space, this is an A5 bullet journal. I'm now taking this with me everywhere. It's in my purse. It's super useful. So yeah, I want to show it to you. First of all, I'm going to say that this is Karst stone paper, which I found, I went to Barnes & Noble, and it's available there. This is the A5 size, and it's got bullets, if you can see that, if it focuses. And I don't know if I would get this paper again. Like, I do feel committed to this planner now that I'm using it, but as you can maybe see from how it's even laying, just opening up the book, is it's pretty thin, and it gets kind of like what's the word? It's almost like bubbly, or like if you erase. Now here's the curious thing though about stone paper, is that I can't break the habit of just like using an eraser, but turns out you can actually use, there's my cat, you can actually use a cloth and water and just rub it. And if you're using pencil, it comes right off. So that's interesting. And I've mostly been using pencil for this, which you will see. So a couple things I want to say first, because I'm going to show you in the front, I have kind of like all of the planning methods that I have. And then in the back, which I don't know, I forgot to take a look. Oh, there's a little pocket in the back, by the way, of these. But in the back, I have a spot for my personal journal, and what I did is, as you can see, like, this is the normal way it opens. This is my bullet journaling in the front, and then I actually flip it upside down for my personal journal in the back. A brief view. Maybe I'll blur it out or something. A brief view of my, what do I even say now? My personal journal in the back. And my thought is that I'm just going to keep like kind of using these pages as I do and moving towards the middle of the planner, and same thing, the personal journal in the back, until it meets in the middle. And when it meets in the middle, or wherever it meets, I'll know that it's time for a new bullet journal. And I'll put the dates in the front or somewhere. I think I have it like, can you hear my cat? I put the dates, I think, on the first page. Yeah, started February 2025. Oh, there it is. It was out of the screen. So yeah, I'm going to show you what I've done so far. So, I have, this is kind of the first page. This is the inside of the cover. And I have the amount of squares on each, like going horizontal and going vertical. And I just have that written down so I don't always have to count and then like do the math and think about, okay, well, how many, if I'm doing like boxes or things like that. And I have a little index for like what things mean, like a task versus, like the traditional bullet journal method where it's like, here's a dot, here, this is a task. You can turn it into a triangle going forward if you're moving that task to the next month. Triangle going back if I'm moving it to kind of like a macro to-do list, which is right here. This is for stuff that's like, okay, I didn't get to this month. Want to get to it at some point, but it's not going to be next month. I just put it on the macro to-do list, and we have nothing on it so far. We'll see what ends up there. A check for completed and an X for canceled. So that's kind of what I have right there. And then I have my reading goals. So essentially, the amount of books that I drew, which is 60, the amount of books I drew is my goal number. And then I write on the spine the books that I'm either reading or this is a book I'm going to read or I want to read. And then I color it in, and I have a kind of like a system for the colors for the amount of stars the books are. I color it in when I'm done. So that's kind of how I made this. I just sort of drew a bookshelf. And then I have a master calendar looking at all of 2025. And I made the moons on here so that you can see like the half moons, the full moons, because I actually plan my stuff, my personal stuff, I plan it around the moon. And I also have like, I track my cycle on here and stuff. It all kind of works in this way, but it also helps to look at each month and think like, okay, what date does this land on? Is this what day of the week is it? And I can just kind of look at this, and it's also so it's all contained in the same place. Like I don't have to like pick up my phone or a computer or a different planner or whatever to like evaluate. It's like, okay, I have all the information in here that I need. I have the moons, I have the days of the week, I have the dates, I have the number of days, etc., etc. I have the cycle. I'm going to plan around that, which maybe is smart. Okay, so on this page, I made my my morning routine, and I drew out. It's so detailed, but I drew out like stacked stones as the visual, and then I figured the lightest stone on top is kind of like the waking up. And then as we get heavier and heavier and towards the ground, this is like going into real life. So it's kind of moving, down. It's moving down. So I just have for each stone, like a general, it's like I wake up, then I get ready, meditate, then I drink tea and I journal or draw, have breakfast, and then go for a walk. That's kind of the like, just at a glance, and then this breaks it down into details, like certain things I do to get ready in the morning, certain types of practices I do for meditation, all this stuff, I kind of break it down there. And then I did it for the evening routine, and this goes the other way. So it starts here, then we move up to going to sleep. So I have cooking and cleaning, then I have dinner, music time after dinner. We like to kind of like practice music as a family. Or play for each other and that sort of a thing. Prayers. This is when I put my son to bed. Evening care, like taking care of myself, getting ready for bed myself, and then going to sleep. And I have it all listed here, and I usually read before going to sleep. And I also have a certain mindfulness practice as I'm falling asleep. So I have that all broken down here. So my thought is too that when this changes, like if my routines change, instead of going back in and changing this, unless it's like a little change, but say I want to make a whole new routine, I'll just start on a different page. And I haven't had to do this yet, but maybe I'll write somewhere like updated. I could make page numbers, that might be smart. Updated on this page. Okay, so then I wrote down my weekly rhythm, and I have kind of symbols for things and what they mean, just to lay it out as a visual. And it's interesting because this is actually going to change. So I also have, I'll come back to the months, but I also have in the future, this is it. This is going to be the new routine. I've left out some of the details in this one. If this one looks crazy busier, it's because it has more details, and this one has like the main things. So, and this is kind of me brainstorming when our schedule shifts, what it's going to look like. Okay. And so I'm keeping it really simple for each month. Like, I'm making it so that I lay it out in the most simple way I can, so that I actually like keep up with it. And I can always come in, and I think this is part of like when I journal in the morning, if I want to come in and doodle or sketch, like that can happen as part of this, but I mainly want the functional part of this to be functional. So I have March, and I'm not at the moment laying out a weekly glance, although I might do that if I start doing planning streams again. But right now, this is the reference, is the full month. So I have, each day, and then I wrote like what day of the week it is. And I write down things that are different from the typical rhythm. So notable things, appointments, play dates, someone visiting, an extra event, something, something different. And the things that happen, but sometimes like there are breaks, like I write that in as well. So any sort of deviation from the norm, I write it in here. So it's just what I need to reference and nothing extra, essentially. And then I have a to-do list. So at the end of each month, I'd use those symbols. So here we have March. Oh, and these are my goals. Spring equinox until fall equinox. half of the year. These are my goals. I've got my goals, and I'll write down when I've accomplished things. Maybe I'll accomplish other things. I don't know. I also write down future dates, so I can quickly write down other dates if I haven't made the monthly spread yet. I can write it down there, and I cross it out when I've done it. And these are even further out then, so things past the fall equinox I'll write down there. So there's April. Oh, and another thing I forgot to mention is the other one I had like a pink sort of highlight with a colored pencil. And in this I have a square to mark the weekends. So it kind of gives me a visual of like, oh, okay, like this is the weekend, and I can find things more easily or kind of like visualize it better. So there we go. That's April. Oh, this is some of my plans for streams on Twitch. So that's happening again too. Come follow me on Twitch. We're gonna do productivity stuff. I'm actually gonna finish things like my novel, Okay, and then we've got May, so similar thing, and you can sort of see how this system is playing out in June. So yeah, brainstorming that next week, and then I have my new plan for the business and productivity with the moon, and I'm going to kind of track that as the moon goes. And I think, my wellness routine and meal plan. So there we go. So if any of these things change, I'll make a new sheet for it. And that is it. So other than that, I've got my personal journal in the back. So yeah, this is my new bullet journal, and I'm just going with it. I think in the future I'm not going to use stone paper. I'm really selling the stone paper, aren't I? It's kind of unusual. It's interesting to use, so that's cool. But yeah, I'm very happy with this. I'd love to know what you all think. Have you given bullet journaling a shot? What's your preference? I love it so far. It's been a few months of me using it, so I'm so happy to share this with you. And before we go, I want to do a little unboxing. So I have to say that I got this package a while ago, and I've been using the things in the package. But I really wanted to unbox it for you all. So I've kept things enough together with this in mind that I want to unbox it for you. But this is from Pixie's Apothecary, and I will put a link down below. But wait till you see what I have. Okay. I'm so excited. So obviously I haven't used this yet, but I'm excited to. I've been like, need to do the unboxing video or on stream so that I can use everything. But we've got wonderful smelling herbs. We have beautiful flower essences, and I've been so into the flower essences lately. Like, they work. It's not just like, it's also like a lovely feeling, like, connecting with the flowers and putting drops in your tea. But like, they seriously have like potent emotional healing, which also probably affects like other healing, so many layers, but emotional benefits that are just undeniable. Like, I can totally tell when I'm working with one. And this is from Lucy Pie, who is seriously like the expert in flower essences, so go ask her all about it. And so this is Yucca, Lupine, which is a very special flower to me and Arthur, and Yellow Snapdragon are the ones that I got. Ooh, and maybe I'll read to you what those are for. I bet that would be really fun. So you can go to her website. You can go to her website and you can look at the flower essence library and just like see what you want. So Yucca, I'll read that for you first. All right, so Yucca, this one, rekindles inner light, fostering confidence and self-trust, releases accumulated regret, and supports dissolving protective emotional armor, allowing one to shine fully in their true radiance. I love that. Okay, let's look at Lupine. All right, so this one soothes anxiety, panic, and PTSD, clears energy circuits related to the amygdala, eases emotional reactivity triggered by sensory inputs, and restoring a sense of safety, stability, and emotional balance. And lastly, Yellow Snapdragon encourages bold expression and direct communication, dissolves fear of speaking up, helps release repressed emotions stored in the throat or belly, and fosters confidence, shameless self-expression. So those are those beauties. And she also sent this grounding spray, which is fabulous. I've really been using this, especially like before bed when I have a day or something that I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel kind of ungrounded. But it is made of flower essences and essential oil, so it smells amazing as well. And it says, find your center with this deeply grounding blend designed to anchor your energy and restore balance. Infused with earthy botanicals and pure essential oils, this spray helps you feel stable, present, and connected. Use as part of your daily ritual to calm the mind, settle scattered energy, and bring yourself back into alignment. And we also got this wonderful little oil, Clarity, and a rose quartz pillar crystal point. So beautiful. And now I can't wait to use these now that I've unboxed it. Sweet Slumber Tea, beautiful bonuses. And oh my gosh, I've already opened this. I tried to anyway, it smells so good. Okay, I'll open it for real now. So we've got some beautiful soap, and it smells so good. And now I can use it. But look at that. It's so herby. Like it's potent. It has the healing powers in it. And some cute stickers. You'll see these in our Plan With Me live streams. They're coming back soon. I'm thinking either Saturdays or Sundays, just like whenever I'm free. I'm going to do them. And Cleanse Herbal Bath Soak. I'm so ready for my next bath now. So thank you so much, Lucy. This box is so beautiful. I really wanted to share it with everyone, so now I have. So now I can fully use everything. But yeah, you all, I will put the description down below if you want to check out Pixie's Apothecary, and in the description I'll put the link. So yeah, thank you all so much for coming, and I will see you soon. I'm really focusing a lot on planning content now on my YouTube channel, and a lot of my old content, which I've sort of simplified in order to really go in this direction. A lot of my old content, or all of it, really is available for members, so you can check that out. And otherwise, I will see you soon for more planning and lifestyle and things like that. So thank you all so much. I will see you next time.